this is what is going to be the brief agenda what I am going to talk here. The agenda is going to be like this. I am going to talk about what are the new age threats Wipro is seeing as, and then some statistics on which are all the source from where the attacks are coming, and what are all the kind of targets that these attackers are looking for, and then what are the type of attacks these guys are doing on the targets. And the third thing I am going to talk about here is threats and recent attacks. What are all the threats that we have seen in the recent past, in the last 6 months, or in the last 1 month, or and the threats that we have seen. And the new age threat response model. What is the response model Wipro believes as the right model for the organizations to go for? That is put here in slide number 4. And slide number 5 is going to talk about the key technology and the skill requirement. What are all the technologies you should be having, and what are all the kind of skills that should be there to handle the advanced threats and also the new age threats what we are seeing nowadays. That will be spoken in slide number 5. So if you see today everybody is talking about cyber warfare. So what is cyber warfare? If you see, this is the war that is initiated by the evil forces who are using cyber weapons. Cyber weapon is nothing but the set of tools, scripts and softwares that are used for attacking the organizations, government, or any other establishments for the political or religious, or it can be for rivalry, or it can be for the competition, killing the competition, or it can also be for the religious reasons. So for these reasons, these guys will be using cyber weapons to initiate the cyber war. There are two methods these guys will be using, and one is the espionage. Espionage is nothing but attacking the government or government initiatives or the organizations to steal these secret informations and data, and these data and secret informations will be used for further damaging the initiatives and the services, or causing the financial loss for the organization. So that will be the main objective of going for that espionage. And the second method these guys will be using is sabotage. In sabotage, what will happen is they will be their objective is to create some damage or create the denial of service for some of the key services. If you see, if they are able to intercept the communication, then the communication service will not be available to the users. That is going to cause some kind of loss to the nation or loss to the organization. And the second is if they are intercepting the flight information system, then what happens is they can divert the flight in whatever way they want. And in case if they are able to gain access to the train and railway signaling systems, then they can create some damages. So like this, the objective of sabotage is to create disruptions or destruction for the services that are offered by the organizations or by the government, which is going to end up in a financial loss, or it is going to end up in a trouble for the country or the nation or the government department. And the cyber crimes. So the cyber criminals or the attackers are using the techniques DDoS, distributed denial of service attack, which all of us know, and the denial of service attack. These are the common attacks that will be used, and they will be creating the bots, and then they will use these bots for attacking the targets, and in that way the network and the critical application and infra resources are utilized, which is causing denial of service for the organization and the genuine users. And the next one is the BYOD. So BYOD, all of us know that today the IT. So we cannot say that IT is for the corporate users. It is for everyone. The IT has been consumerized, or consumers have been ITized, and every user who is using the mobile phones with the internet facility or the smartphones or iPads, these are all the users who are vulnerable for the attacks. And all of us know that there are a lot of attacks that has been identified on the Android mobiles and other smartphones and all those systems. And the next one is the physical security breaches. In physical security breach, what will happen is there are even the physical security guard, he will be asking only whether you have the USB drives. If you say that I don't have USB drive, then he will be allowing you to get in. So you can go with a smartphone, you can enable your wireless, and you can get connected in case if the wireless configurations are weak, or you can have the guest internet connection, and if it is vulnerable, you can initiate the attack. So whoever can, he is coming as a visitor and who is having a smartphone can be a dangerous person to be there in the organization. And also the data center breaches, the access violations, or the biometric violations or tailgating, these guys, if once they gain access into the data centers or the critical information area, they can cause damage to the organization. That is another risk, what we are having in this new age. And the next one is these are some of the statistics, what we have observed in the last 1 year. And if you see, the source of the attack is coming from the countries which has announced themselves as the country which is having the capabilities established. For example, Russia, North Korea, and Iran, and China. These are the countries who has announced that they have built the advanced capabilities to initiate a cyber war against any country. And also there is a report that 120 countries across the world has got the cyber war capabilities. In India also we have National Security Advisor Shivashankar Menon. Under him the cyber capability enhancement and strengthening committee has been set up by Government of India in October 2012. So if you see the attacks are coming from Russia, Ukraine, Thailand, Malaysia, and all these countries, that is contributing to more than 50% of the attack source. And the attack destinations, if you see, they are targeting the online trading organizations. They are targeting the banking and financial sector, and they are targeting the trading sites, and also they are targeting the gaming site. These are all the targets that these guys are targeting. This contributes to 70% of the destinations which is being targeted by these nations. And the next one is, if you see what is the type of attack these guys are initiating. The attack type, if you see, it is mainly the HTTP flood. HTTP flood is contributing to more than 80% of the attacks, and the remaining things are contributing to 20% of the attacks. Within HTTP, if you see what kind of attacks are happening, they are seeing which are all the pages are being frequently visited by the users, and which are all the authorization pages that are being searched by the users or accessed by the users. These are the two targets. If once they are able to attack these two targets, then the users will not be having the service to use. So that is the objective of targeting these two type of things. And these are all some of the threats and recent attacks that has been reported. All of you must have read about these attacks. Google, Microsoft, PayPal, and other sites were not available in Romania. This one was reported on 29th November. It was done by DNS hackers due to DNS poisoning vulnerability that has been attacked. And the second one, if you see Google and Apple or Yahoo or Cisco or Microsoft, all these websites are not available in Pakistan. Whichever website that was hosted under .pk, that was not available because the pknick database has been pknick website and database has been hacked due to the SQL injection and cross-site scripting attack. On 26th November it happened. Recently it happened. And another one is Microsoft's India store was hacked. It was because the usernames were stored without encryption, username and passwords. That was the reason for that attack. And then the DDoS attack on Hong Kong Stock Exchange, which has happened at the end of 2011. Because of that, they have to stop the trading on that particular day for some of the leading organizations, and it has created a huge economic loss. And the next one, if you see, the last two are actually the attacks. We call it as the cyber sabotage method of attack. So Northeast people are not safe in Bangalore. This is a rumor that has been spread in August 2012. Because of that, people started leaving Bangalore, and the news started spreading in Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune, and Bombay, and people started leaving these cities, and it has created huge financial loss for the organizations, and even the people who are appointed as security guards. These guys, after they left, there are some organizations which were running at low number of the security personnel, particularly physical security. And the next one is the humanitarian supply to Gaza, where published as protest by anonymous group in Israel, and it has created some kind of tensions in 2011. These are all some of the threats and recent attacks that has happened. You can see there are huge number of such kind of incidents that has been reported in the last 2 years particularly. As far as the new age threat response model is concerned, Wipro believes that this is the response model which will be suitable for the organizations to handle that nowadays. And first and foremost thing is the preparation. In the preparation stage, today we are seeing that there are some organizations which is not even having the database of the kind of the applications and the IT infrastructure they are having in their organization. That is something which you should be having. And then ISPs, today are, they started the DDoS services, and soon, every organization will be offered DDoS as a service from the service providers when you are taking the internet bandwidth from them. And you should be having the service providers technical contacts. You should be contacting the technical people, as soon as you observe that, there is a kind of, suspected DDoS attacks, that has happened. And then, you should be, you should not take hardening very lightly. So even today, the application owner is not allowing the server administrator to harden the OS, or the database hardening is not happening. Because of this, these are all the vulnerabilities which are known. We are not taking actions. That is creating a problem. So we should be preparing ourselves, and we should be implementing all the security baselines, and we should not take vulnerability reports and the external and internal audit reports lightly, and the steps to be taken. Once this preparation is there, then after that, the attack identification and analysis. Even after doing this preparation, you cannot avoid the attack. The attacks will be happening. So how you are going to do that, attack analysis is what, is very, very important. So when you are doing that analysis, you perform the traffic analysis. In case if you are having a network behavior analysis tool, then you can use that. Otherwise, you can put a normal, the sniffer, or, collected logs and other things, can be analyzed properly. Once this is analyzed, then that will tell you, what is the kind of damage that has been happened, and then who is the person who has done the damage, and all these informations you will be knowing. And then if required, in case if you find that this attack is happening, it is going to create a major business loss for you, it is better to inform the executive team and the legal team, so that they will be logging a cyber complaint, and then the things can be taken up legally as well. And then the mitigation and impact thing. So here, disable, some of the services or some of the features in case if you are finding that, the attack has been, attempted, or it is, becoming successful. Or you can even, block some of the IP addresses or traffic. And here is where, you can contact the service provider if you have taken the DDoS services. You can ask the service provider to block the services at the gateway level itself, or you can apply the rate limit at the internet link, so that, your internet bandwidth will not be utilized. So we have observed that there are some 20 to 40% of the internet bandwidths are being used for unwanted or non-critical business traffic, or it is not supposed to be coming to you. So these packets will come till the firewall, and in the firewall, if the policies are strongly configured, it will get denied or it will be dropped. So these kind of mitigation steps you can take. And the next one is the learnings and the action plan. So whatever learnings we are having, we need to have the action plans for preventing such kind of attacks that are happening in future. And also we should be having the technology implementations, or the vulnerability and risk management related some initiatives which are pending. Whatever is there, that has to be implemented, so that these kind of you can prevent at least 80 to 90% of the attacks. Still you will be leaving with 10% of the attack possibilities. And the last one is the continuous improvement. So after doing all these things, we should also be continuously improving. So what are the steps we can take? That continuous improvement step, whatever you are taking, that should be filled into other fields like the preparation, or analysis or mitigation steps, and you should improve on that continuously. And this is the last slide, and here these are the key technologies and the skills you should be having. And so mainly today all the customers started realizing this, and people started going for network behavior anomaly detection tools. They have started implementing the web application firewalls. They started implementing the database activity monitoring tools, and they started going for DLPs and other tools, whatever they should be having, whatever technologies and tools they should be having. And the skill level also, today the advanced skills are required. You need to have the malware analyst, forensic analyst, and pattern analyst kind of profiles to be there in the organizations. Particularly in the large organizations, these profiles are mandatory profiles that are supposed to be there. And in case if the profiles cannot be built, at least you should be looking for the managed services providers like Wipro, who can actually build such kind of skills, or provide the services to you. Thank you, and we can actually discuss more questions and whatever that comes out in the panel discussion. Thank you.